watch Mr. Heavyweight Boxing Today.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Chris, the Nightmare Ariel, and you're watching Mr. Boxing.
It's your boy Big Baby Miller here. Listen, we knocking on all bums. First it's going to be Dylan White, if it's going to be Joseph Parker. But you know who got the story right? Mr. Boxing Today. You check him out. He got all the latest news on the heavyweight division. And if you don't know me, you soon will. Because I'm kicking everybody ass.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? It's going to be a good fight right here, man. Michael Hunter versus Martin along with Bakole taking place, I believe, October 13th. Man, usually, man, you really don't get these types of fights all the time. So when you do get them, you know what I mean, you got to be excited for it, man. Not so much these are, you know, top 10 contenders, because they're not there yet, you know, but they are some of the top young guys out there that are trying to make their way, you know what I mean, and try to be something in the division. All right, Michael Hunter is a guy, you know, probably most of you guys seen him against Usyk, went the distance in that fight. Usyk outclassed him, but you know, Hunter, you're not gonna give out brownie points, but the dude came to fight. He did the best what he could do with his abilities. All right, I actually done prospect watch videos on both of these guys, and I knew that Hunter, although he was a cruiser when I did the video on him, I knew that he will flirt with the, you know, going up to heavyweight. Just watching him as an amateur, he's fought in heavyweight tournaments, super heavyweight tournaments, so I knew he would do it. Or at least that was my assumption. And he's fought Jamal Woods. He beat Lago Kiladze. That's probably his most notable win at heavyweight. Stop Kiladze. You know, when I break down these styles, man, and Martin Bakole Ilunga, when I watch him, I believe his best wins is the Akinlade win. He's had some good performances against, you know, some journeyman fighters. This is going to be his toughest test on paper, man. You know, he has the reach. I mean, he has the advantage. You know, he's the bigger guy. You know, Bakole might come in at 270, which I hope he does. And I hope he comes in at that 255, 250, somewhere in there. You know what I mean? I didn't like him at 270. I know he went in there and did what he had to do, but I think that's a little bit too big. You know what I mean? Especially when you were 255, you know, not too long ago. You know, it's one thing if he's kind of been like that his whole career, but I've seen him at a much lower weights. You know, and he can mix it up, man. You know, he likes to go to the body. He's a big 6'6" type of dude, 200, like I said, 70 pounds, 60 pounds. I've seen different looks from him in fights when it comes to style, right? I've seen him put up the high guard, work strictly behind the jab, wait till he, you know, cuts the ring off, close the distance, like he did in the Bakhouz fight, where he put the jab on him, put the high guard up, cut the ring off on him, and then just start to land hard right hands, dig to the body. All right. Then I've seen him in fights where, like the Akinlade fight, where he drop his hands and he's fighting more elusive, showing you that he can bend at the waist and show upper body movement. He's not just a big, stiff, big guy, big target. You know what I mean? So he has shown that. So he, you know, different looks now against, you know, limited opposition. All right. Him being able to stop Akinlade in the quickly like that, I believe it was the first round he stopped him, was very impressive to me, being that some guys need to go to full 8-10 rounds with him. You know what I'm saying? I like the confidence in Bakole, and him taking this fight doesn't surprise me at all based on things I've heard him say in interviews. You know, I know they, you know, say they'll fight Nathan Gorman and all these other guys, called a lot of people out. Michael Hunter's another type of guy with the same type of attitude. He's ready to fight anybody, and I could just tell by them both taking this fight that they'll fight anybody to get to where they have to be. All right. And I think both guys are looking at this fight as if, like, and give me a minute to get to Michael Hunter's style. All right. And how I see them breaking out head to head. But I think Hunter has I think both these guys have the mindset of, look, Hunter's looking at it like, look, man, if I can't get past this guy, I understand he's 11-0 with 8 knockouts, but he's a stepping stone to get to where I have to get. If I can't beat him and he's a big guy, then, you know, what are my chances against the other big, tall, rangy guys in the division? All right. I believe Bakole and his team's looking at like, look, man, this guy is one of the smaller heavyweights as far as his height and how much he weighs. He'll come in like 220, somewhere in there. they're looking at like, hey man, if we can't get rid of one of these smaller type of heavyweights, then we may have some problems fighting the bigger guys. Although styles make fights, but I think both of these guys are really looking at this like, dude, difficult fight on paper, but very winnable. You know what I mean? And I can tell and I can understand their reasoning. You know, but anyways, all that shit ain't gonna matter come October 13th though. You know, because they have to get in there and throw some hands. Now, Michael Hunter, he's a fighter, man. He's a fighter. Even some of the other fights I've seen him fight quite a few times. I haven't seen the sparring with him and Tabiti down at the I didn't see it. I wasn't there, but I've seen the footage of it on YouTube. This kid likes to fight, man. His dad was a spoiler, man. His dad was the type of dude they'll bring in where, you know, you think you're gonna get some rounds with him, with your prospect or whatever, or you're a contender, or let's say you're a champion that's making a comeback. He's the type of dude go in there and spoil you. So he comes from the fighting blood. Bakole's brother, you know, Bakole Lunga, cruiserweight. You know, so both of these guys, you know, got family that has fought. Hunter's a fighter as far when he gets in there, his style, man. He likes to bang. If he sees the fights I've seen, if he sees that you're lesser opposition, he'll walk you down and try to get you up out of it. He'll put up the high guard, or, you know, kind of, you know, the hard guard mainly, walk you down with a jab and try to throw combos, straight right hands, hooks. He's one of them type of dudes. Really the only fight I've seen him in where he really was kind of hesitant and didn't really know what he had in front of him was the Usyk fight. I think the rhythm in which Usyk was throwing his punches from just different type of angles. I know that's so overused, different angles, but literally the punches coming from like different angles for him to block, and I think the timing and the rhythm was throwing him off in that fight. You know what I mean? And then when he was throwing punches though. You know what I mean? He even was fighting tired. He was getting hit with some good shots. He was still trying to fight, man. So, you know, to me, this is all going to be based on how Bakole fights. If he comes out there with the high guard, I think Hunter will try to outwork him if he fights like that. You know, try to work shots around the gloves and the elbows and that high guard look. But man, I'm really thinking that if Bakole comes forward and he's aggressive and he fight like the way he fight Akinladi, it's going to be an interesting fight, man, because then he's going to give Michael Hunter opportunities to land his combination. I think Hunter has the advantage in the hand speed. Bakole jabs looks a little bit more powerful, and it looks better. He seemed like the more harder puncher. Obviously, he's the bigger guy. I mean, man, this is going to be a good one, man. This is going to be a good one right here. I really don't, man. Usually I go with the big guy, man, because I think the bigger guy win the fight, man. Hunter has a lot of fight in him. Obviously, you know, I think he's been tested more, but it's against a guy that has a way different style. And Usyk, he has a way different style than Bakole, man. You know what I mean? So, I'm not even going to hold you guys, man. I really don't know who's going to win this fight. I can't even make it really a good prediction. If I had to lean on it, I would lean for Bakole because he's a stronger, just a more natural heavyweight that's out right now. And Hunter doesn't have like that equalizer to where, even though he's a smaller guy, he has crazy KO power, something like that. You know what I mean? It's like he's solid. He's a solid fighter. But man, you know, then another thing is conditioning, man. I want to see how Bakole looks. First, I want to see if he comes into that 270 and this fight goes into deep waters and it's a high pace, high volume type of fight. I can see Hunter probably taking control, man, and outworking him. But I'm gonna go with Bakole, man, barely, and that's not even a confident pick. You know what I mean? But applaud both of these dudes for taking this fight, man. Applaud both of them. You know what I mean? Because they can easily say, you know what? I'm gonna just feast on journeyman and wait for one of these sanctioned bodies to give me a ranking and try to work my way up and fight somebody when I necessarily just have to. You know what I mean? But this right here lets me know these guys are willing to fight anybody, man, and they really want to separate themselves from other guys who are up and coming prospect trying to make the contender status. You know what I'm saying? So experience out, you know, although both guys are just, you know, coming to their own as pros. They don't have a lot of fights. You know, Bakole has what, 11, and Hunter has 15. I think he's 14-1. You know, the lone loss to Usyk. This right here gonna be a good one, yo. This fight just hit me from out of nowhere, man. But this is gonna be a good ass fight, y'all. I'm gonna do more videos on this fight, man. Just my first initial thoughts about this fight, man. Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm gone.